Hello, YoGiada, reporting live from the Bali Spirit Festival in Ubud, Bali. It's an incredible experience, 5 days filled with all kinds of workshops and experiences to explore. For example, I'll just give you a run through of what I've been doing over the past few days. So, on my first day, I shared a shuttle bus with a yoga teacher called Julie Dorman, who teaches Anusara yoga. So joined in with her and took that intense yoga class where she had us doing back bends from standing up, and guided by her expertise, I got into a position I've never been in before, which is basically a back bend down on your arms like this. So kind of an extreme back bend, thanks to Julie at Anusara. I then popped over to check out Awa Hoshi, who's a crystal bowl healer and an amazing woman. She has like a whole orchestra of crystal bowls.
Without love, we don't feel like living. We are beings of love.
If you've never experienced crystal bowls, they are intensely powerful. The resonance of the sound from them is very healing, and well, people were raving about her, and she does another workshop this Sunday. So I've noticed this festival is getting busier and busier every day. Naturally, as we hit the weekend, obviously the locals, Balinese expats and Balinese locals are flooding in to experience this as well. I then popped over to try Hoop Nautica, Jocelyn Gordon's Hoop Yoga, which is basically a fusion of hula hoops and yoga. Amazing, I love it. I've played around with it myself, but I actually really enjoyed being guided through that. Imagine you're doing sort of a warrior pose with the hula hoop around your arm. And I also I've always liked the idea of hooping as a way to strengthen the core. And I got to learn some moves, new moves with the hula hoop, thanks to Jocelyn. And she's just a beautiful woman with an incredible energy. And yeah, that was quite a pleasure to take part. So then the next day, I arrived, you know, and there are about 7 or 8 different forms of yoga, dance, healing workshops going on at any given time. There are 6 stages here. Right now I'm sitting on the lawn, and I'm sure you can hear in the background a gamelan orchestra. So in the main lawn there's always a band playing, and then there are 6 different stages dotted around the venue with dance, singing, yoga workshops going on in each. It's quite hard to choose which one you're going to do, so I just kind of go with the flow. So yesterday when I arrived, I walked into Rebecca Flum's Chakra Ma yoga class, which from my experience was very Kundalini based, you know, a lot of moves like this. Repeated over and over again as a meditation, and you get faster and faster, and things like shaking your hands like this, moves like that, which are very Kundalini, and twisting. So it's all about raising the energy upwards, and it was great. It was a really beautiful class. And all of these classes have ended with some kind of live musical performance as well while you're in Shavasana, which is just so wonderful. So after Rebecca Flum's Chakrama yoga class, I popped over to visit Rukmini, who was doing an art of dance and theater workshop. Now, I bumped into Rukmini as I was leaving the Kirtan concert. liked my shoes, we got chatting, and she invited me along to her workshop. She's an incredible traditional Indian Kathak dancer. And last night I saw her perform on a big stage with full makeup, dancing the stories of gods and goddesses, of like Lakshmi and Vishnu and Narada, and she was just an incredible dancer. It's very much like ballet, like very technical dance moves, and she was really nice. So that was fun. And then I went over to Danny Paradise's Ashtanga Yoga and Pranayama, and he is a shaman and yoga teacher from Hawaii.
Karma is about consequences. It's not about punishment. It's about recognizing that every action has a consequence.
And half that class was basically satsang, open discussion, and the theme of discussion was near-death experiences, which is personally a subject of great interest to me, something I've wanted to make a documentary about for some time. So it was really interesting to hear people share their stories of near-death experiences.
This tiny amount of chemical substance is released into your brain, and it creates a kundalini awakening, or samadhi, where your mind and your body and spirit fuse with the divine mind. And in a very short period of time, which you said might have been 45 seconds, you had all those visions, right? Yeah. Yeah, in the DMT experience, which is also an experience that you can have in ayahuasca ceremonies, shamanic ayahuasca ceremonies, you can see your whole life in one instant. So you have millions of observations that occur at the same time.
And to learn about shamanism and about so many things. So that was great, Danny Paradise. So today, so last night I went to a concert, a band called From Delhi to Dublin. Irish, Celtic, Indian, Bhangra fusion, and they're from Canada, from Vancouver, so I was really happy to see them perform. There were loads of other bands as well, but those were the ones. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so after Danny Paradise's Ashtanga, I took part in, where is it? Hamana Dance and Drum, West African dance, and that was so amazing and so intense because your whole body is literally like being thrown into it. I was sweating and I was dancing to the drums, and after all those workshops, so much physicality, dancing, yoga, and sweat. I got back to my hotel and passed out, fell asleep for an hour or two, and then woke up and thought, well, there's a concert going on tonight, I might as well go with the flow. So I went and danced some more from Delhi to Dublin, and didn't make it to the early morning yoga today. So I'm now going to go and attend a press conference, which I've been doing every day here as well. Really interesting. A great chance to kind of ask questions to a panel of different teachers who are giving workshops. And I'm really excited because on the panel today is Simon Lowe, the founder of Try Yoga, which is one of my favorite studios in London, so it'll be great to meet him.
I, like many of my colleagues, had a journey through, I was in the music business for many years in London and New York and LA, and I enjoyed it to the full, and it took its toll, and there was at one point a moment where I had no choice than to make a change. that change didn't involve yoga. It involved all sorts of other personal and therapeutic approaches. And so I, for a long period of time, while I was going through a period of healing, felt that I wasn't really in control. I was seeking that help from others. I was finding that I needed other people, whether it be lying on a couch or being massaged or being trained into this or that, being informed about certain spiritual or psychological approaches. I felt I was always dependent. I wasn't conscious of that fact, but I recognized once I started the practice of yoga that finally I found my boots, for want of a better term. And I found that yoga put the responsibility back to yourself and fairly and squarely pointed the finger back at you in a very compassionate way, I might add. It wasn't like an accusing finger. It was just a reminder that it's you have to do the work. Nobody can do it for you. A teacher can guide you, assist you, but you have to do the work yourself. And it can take a very long time. It does take a very long time. And we just need to make that decision to take that step. So our job really in the world of health and healing is to just encourage as many people as possible to be courageous.
And I'm going to take a yin yoga class with him later today, but before that I'm going to do a workshop called Opening Your Voice and Sacred Song with Daphne Tse and John Decat. That was a butterfly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some singing because I love to sing, and I've been doing a lot of moving, dancing, but to sing would be incredible. So that's my workshop situation for this afternoon. And then this evening I'll go to another musical concert because I'm really excited to catch Jamie Janover, who plays the dulcimer and is one half of Lynx in Janover, whose song Shout It Out has been my favorite song of the past year since I first heard it at Shambhala Festival. Anyway, that's all for me for today, for now. There's a beautiful breeze blowing. It's so warm. I can't believe I'm in Bali. It's incredible. Time for me to go. Bye!